بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم, my secondary students. Welcome to a new lesson today, which is for B writing on page 65. So please open your books. We are here in exercise E. Read the table below with the phrases, expressions you can use in a book review, and then complete the book review on Joe's investigations with words from the box. We have here introduction or plot, comments, and conclusion. What are the expressions or phrases that we can use in the introduction? This book is bestseller, timeless novel. The book is written by. The book is set or takes place, the time and the place. It is a novel, a classic, an adventure story, a mystery, etc. It came out in. It was published in or by. The book tells the story of. The main character is. So these are, we can use it in the introduction. Let's move to comments. This book is badly or well written. The style of this book. The opening chapters are so appealing, so amazing, interesting that you want to keep on reading. The book contains detailed or vivid descriptions of the characters. The book is very descriptive, describe, and informative, full of information. The book is well known for. What's the reason why this book is well known? Then we have conclusion. You will find it hard to put down. It is amazing, it is interesting, so you can't, or you will find it hard to put down this book. You continue reading. It is worth reading, or it's not worth reading. If you haven't read it, make sure you get a copy. There is no question why that you want to read or to ask you to have this book, for example. Let's move now to Joe's investigation. This is a book review about Joe's investigations, and we have here some words. We have adventures, descriptions, characters, best-selling, hard to put down, published, novel, and here detective story. What's detective story? Detective, someone who works on solving crimes. Informative, gives you a lot of information. Appeals to all ages, children, adults, old people love to read. Written by, hero, and well written. We have to use these words or phrases and put here in the appropriate place. Let's read together. Joe's investigations is the book. What do you think about this book? It is best-selling book. The author, Steve Adams. So this is the author. The book is written by the author, Steve Adams. The book was first in 2008. So it's published here in 2008, and it still remains hugely popular with readers around the world. It tells of Joe McAllister. So it's what? What's the type? It is adventurous, or adventures of Joe here McAllister, a top-notch a top-notch detective, a Class A, a very high detective living in Ohio. This is a city in USA. Joe is this is the main character, Joe. So he is the hero of the longest written story. It is a novel who goes about solving all kinds of problems. With the help of his eager secretary and loyal friend Billy Ray, he helps bring justice to those that do wrong to others. Joe's investigation, this is the title of the book, is not a conventional detective story. So we have here a detective story. It is a light-hearted glimpse into life in Ohio. The book is, what about the book? We have here adjectives of the book: well written and descriptions. We use these words from this box, and informative as well. So this book is well written and informative as well. It is full of vivid descriptions of both we have here Joe and his friend, and the characters in the book and the people in Ohio. This is a book that is so enjoyable. So what about this book? All people love to read, so appeals to all ages, and it's so enjoyable that you will find it hard to put down. You want to continue reading until you finish this novel. Okay, let's move now to here F. When you are writing a book review, follow the outline below. So now the teacher asks you to write a book review that you recently read. You have to follow this outline. The first one, we have introduction. So we have to put at least 3 or 4 paragraphs of this book review. The first paragraph, introduction, give some general information about the book. General information like title, author, what type of book it is. Is it science fiction? Is it adventure? Is it thriller? What it's about. Just the main or the general information. Then we have main parts, maybe 2 to 3 paragraphs. Give a brief summary of the plot. Give us a brief details of the story. Comment on significant aspects of the book. So here, don't give us here many details, just short details. And here, just give the important aspects of the book. For example, style of writing, symbolism, etc. Then the last paragraph should be the conclusion. State your opinion. You have to write your opinion about this book. Do you like it? Is it worth to read? And make a recommendation. A recommendation here, for example, you said it's good idea to read this book or not. So pay attention to this outline, the paragraph of introduction, main part between 2 and 3 paragraphs, and conclusion, include your opinion and your recommendation about it. This is a writing task. Pay attention to this information. Don't include all the specific information, the details. You have to give us your opinion. Okay. We have here a book review. What is the title of the book? Write the title, who is the writer, when was it published, what is it about. Then you have the main part, 2 to 3 paragraphs. When and where does the story take place? You have to write short here information about it. Then write the conclusion. What is your overall opinion or impression of the book? Who would you recommend this book for? Okay, actually for me, I prepared one for you. It is similar like we learned before, Joe's investigation and the book before, which about 20,000 leagues under the sea. Okay, I will show you. For me, the title of the book is Great Expectations. This is the title of the book, Great Expectations. Who is the writer? Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens, the well-known writer. When was it first published? It's very old. Actually, it's since 1861 until now it is published and printed. So the first published at 1861. What kind of book it is? Science fiction novel, detective novel, biography, adventure story? It is literary fiction. It is literary fiction. What it is about? Actually here, Great Expectations take place during the mid-19th century and tells the story of Pip. Pip is the main character there, a young orphan. He has no father and mother. They are died in England's marsh country, who is thrust onto the class ladder by a series of complex and constitutional circumstances that improve his economic and social status. This is about this boy. We have here the main part. When and where does the story take place? The set. The set here. During the mid-19th century in England. Who are the main characters? We have here Pip, who is a young orphan. And what is important to know about the characters here? Pip, a young orphan in England's marsh country who is thrust onto the class ladder by a series of complex and coincidental circumstances that improve his economic and social status. What happens to this boy, to Pip? Along his journey of self-discovery from youth to maturity, he learns the value of a friendship, the power of romantic and familiar love, and the ultimate meaning of wealth and material gain. What do the characters do and how do they feel? We are talking about the doing and feeling. Pip is a good boy. He always tries to do what is right. He is always looking to improve himself, whether it is learning to read or write as a boy, or learning to become gentleman. What are the most significant aspects important of the book? Main themes, style writing, symbolism. We have here one of the most Okay, we will do it again here. So the last part here, what are the most significant aspects? One of the most important themes of the novel is Pip's uneasiness about social class. This is the main theme or style in this novel. Let's move to conclusion. What is your overall opinion or impression of the book? I thought this novel was pretty good for an old book. Who would you recommend this book for? I recommend it for young adult. We will gather these information, these answers to form a book review. Consists of paragraphs. This is the cover of the book, Great Expectations, written by Charles Dickens, published in 1861. So I will write the whole paragraphs here. A book review. Great Expectation is one of the Charles Dickens' most famous works. It was published in 1861. Pip is a young orphan boy who lives with his elder sister and her husband. He knows that he will be blacksmith like his brother-in-law when he grows up. Pip goes to London and starts life in society that is completely alien to him, strange for him. His newfound property and his undying love for his childhood friend Stella change him in many ways. He becomes more and more ashamed of his humble origins, but many disasters and challenges await him. The novel chronicles Pip's experiences from childhood to adulthood. One of the most important themes of the novel is Pip's uneasiness about social class. He is rich and ambitious young man. In spite of his so-called low birth, he interacts mainly with people from high and the middle classes. This gives Dickens the opportunity to comment on the socio-economic issues of Georgian and Victorian England and how the different classes were affected by the same. The novel is rooted in the social realities of Dickens' times. We have the conclusion. I thought this novel was pretty good for an old book. The language used was a bit hard to get at time, and sometimes the story was a bit slow. But overall, I thought it had a good story and I like it. I recommend it for young adults. So this is a book review of mine. I want to write a book review of yours. Please, we have here introductory, and we have main parts, and we have conclusion. For more information, please visit website and Twitter account. Thank you for watching. Until we meet again, have a good day.